your valleys on.
Yo, Rick, I was about to, but I need the shoe home.
Why?
Because the shoes always hurt my thumb.
6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes to get fresh, you're on.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh, here we go.
Welcome to another episode of Connected Dots. I am your host, Lou Icewater, aka Duquan Hicks. As we give you the flavor, and like I said before, you never know what we gonna say, what I'm gonna do. All right. So last time you heard me, my voice was jacked up. It's getting better, but it was jacked up. So I apologize for that. But anyway, you know, it's all about the content, not the voice. All right. So anyway, let's get started like we always do. So first, I want to talk about some things, man. Okay, let's adjust. Let's talk about why is the couch man's best friend? Now, a lot of guys, this is for you dudes, because I only see dudes do this. I don't see ladies doing this. But you ever notice when dudes come home from work, we come home from work, we're tired. And the first thing we do is we sit on that couch. And you know what? We wind up staying on that couch for like an hour or two. And people be like, why do you do that all the time? Why do you do that? Well, we do it. It's because, number one, the couch is like a relaxing spa with no hands. You know what I mean? It's like when you sit down, all your troubles, all the pain, all the work that you have done that whole day seems to leave you. And it's like a form of meditation. Because sometimes when you come home, well, you know we're not going to get that massage from your lady, or you know you're not going to get that massage right away. Because soon as you get home, you always hear the problems of today and what happened today. And, you know, this was my day and et cetera, et cetera. So the couch is like a man's best friend. The couch is like therapy. It's really therapeutic. You notice when we watch sports, we sit in a couch because it makes us feel great. It makes us feel welcomed. We sit back, we lay back, we might eat, drink, whatever, but the couch to me is like man's best friend besides his dog. So some people don't understand that, but that couch is a comfort zone. It's just like when you go to the toilet and you know you have to let it out. And then you notice when you're in the bathroom, you sit around and you look around. Man, I didn't know my bathroom looked like this. Well, that's how it is when you're on your couch. Same way, you look around, you be like, man, I'm glad I'm at home. I'm relaxing. This is like therapy for me. So understand that the couch is really man's best friend besides the dog. And it feels good to sit back. It feels like all of your problems, everything that you had worked, the kinks and armor is starting to get relaxed and revived again, because that's what the couch does to us. It makes us feel good inside. So if you ever see your man sitting on the couch, or if you ever seen your father sitting on the couch, or your homeboy sitting on the couch, just think about why he's sitting on the couch and let him chill. Let him revolve. Let him do what he do. All right? Remember when Public Enemy said, Fear of a Black Planet? Remember that? Remember the album title? Remember that? Fear of a Black Planet. And I think a lot of people are now starting to see why Fear of a Black Planet was a catchphrase. People fear that we know what we're talking about. We know what we're doing. We are creators of a lot of things in life. And people fear that we might do to them as they did to us. They fear that. So when people are in fear, what do? They try to eliminate the fear. They try to separate the fears. And you got to ask yourself, is it really fear? Or is it you really thinking about what you have done and it's coming back on you, which we call it karma? So which one is it? Because I think it's karma. I think you're more afraid of karma than you are afraid of fear of a black planet. You're afraid that we might do to you what you have done to us in years of living and what we had to endure. And it's funny because if you feel this way, that means you must have been one of the people, or your family must have been one of the people that were doing what they were not supposed to do. If you don't fear a black planet, then that means you probably was with us. You probably understood why we do what we do. And you see, you have to understand the study of fear of a black planet, because what do most people like to do when they go to the beach? Besides getting in the water, they like the tan. They want to come back. They love their tan. They want to get darker. Why is that? Fear of a black planet, but yet you want to get darker. That doesn't make sense, does it? So, like I said, which one is it? Is it fear of a black planet, or is it karma for what was done back in the day? Know your history, or is it what you was taught at home? These are things that I want people to understand. I'm here to teach and bring knowledge. Is it fear or is it karma? I want people to elaborate. I want people to answer this. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, because I get deep. I love to get deep. This is what I do. If you are a subscriber, you know what to do. Hit the button. Yo, give me your thoughts on what I just said. Is it fear of a black planet, or is it karma for what has happened to what we went through, and you are afraid of what might happen to you? That's logic. Really, really logic. Think about what I just said, America. Think about what I just said. Is it fear or is it karma because you fear that karma might come back to get you? Think about that. Also, think about this. All these purge movies that they made in, the last 10 years. Why do you think they made these movies? Because eventually, this is what's going to happen. But America, listen to me, it's happening already. It's just happening in different ways, not just by killing, by also eliminating people that they feel that does not belong in America, which are the immigrants who have made America what America is today. Immigrants made America what it is today. America was built on the backs of immigrants, built on the backs of blacks, Indians, and everybody else in different forms of culture. That's what built America, not one race. Not one race. A lot of races build America. Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. And if you eliminate all these races, you won't have anything but robots. Because remember, if we all were slaves, that means y'all didn't know what to do, because the slaves did everything else. The immigrants did everything else. So if they were to leave, you probably don't even know how to make toast. You probably don't even know how to make certain things because you always had a nanny, a slave, or you always had someone to do something for you. So think about that, America. Now you want to purge. You want to try to make America great again. When was it great? When was it really great? Think about it. When was America really great? Think about it for a minute. When? In the 1930s when we had depression? In the 1940s when we had World War I and II? In the 1950s and 60s where we had slavery in our own country? In the 1970s when we had the Vietnam War that we shouldn't even fought? In the 1980s when we had the hostage crisis, the crack epidemic, the AIDS epidemic? In the 90s, when was America great? You tell me, when was it great? I want people to answer that. When was it ever great? It was great financially, but as far as everything else, when was America really great? I just broke down what I need to break down, and I can go further. But tell me, you said, let's make America great again. When was it really great? Because it's a facade. Then people come with their cliches of, if you don't like America and you can leave. Yo, first of all, you're not from America. Your family's not from America. So you can't tell me to leave. Number one, freedom of speech. Y'all made these rules up. I didn't. I can say what I want to say. Y'all made these rules up. Now you want to change the rules. You want to move the goalpost because a lot of people are speaking out because they see what I see. And you see what I see. And if you think the country is better, then you don't know what the word morals mean or morally means, because the country is not better right now in no way, shape, physical, or form. It's not. Let's get that straight. I want people to understand these things. Understand what I'm saying. When was America great? You tell me. When? When was it great? When? You tell me when and why. Because it never was, in my opinion, not in my history of living. We had moments, but it wasn't great. You act like America was great for years and years, and no, it wasn't. It wasn't great for years and years. If you do the history, which is stolen history, think about that, America. I want you to think about what I'm saying. And let's talk about the 24 states that are suing lawsuits against the federal government, cutting school funds. Now explain this to me. We already had a teacher shortage, and now you want to cut funds to make it worse? Doesn't matter. You know why we're in where we are now? Because the government overspends on the dumbest things like research, technology, the military. That's where all our money is going. And then you're taxing us, and then you want us to cut school funds, school programs, and we supposed to be okay with that? No, I'm not okay with it. And neither should you. Neither should you. Excuse me, America, as I cough. But we should be never okay with settling for things that doesn't make sense. This country always wants to take from the poor. Take, keep on taking. And we're supposed to be okay with that, taking stuff. You're trying to paralyze the funds. Then you're going to say there's no more money. But there is money. The money is going to things that we don't need. And the money is going into the politicians' pockets. That's where the money is going to. I want you to think about that, America. Think about it. Think about what I just said. Because to me, that makes a lot more sense. Makes a lot more sense. Don't you agree? So, one more thing I want to talk about before I get out of here. Let's talk about telling the truth about yourself. Telling the truth about you, yourself. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't like when people say, I can't. I can't do this. I'm in this situation. I don't know how I'm going to get out the situation. It's complicated. When I hear that, that's a complete red flag because you got yourself in a situation. And my thing is, you can always get out a situation. You have to want to get out a situation. Number one, that's the first thing. You have to want to get out of it. Don't tell me about it and you're not doing nothing about it. Because that doesn't make sense. If you already know that it's a problem and there's complications and it's a situation, then what are you going to do to get out of it? Talking about it will help, but then what is your next move? What is the end game? I hate when people say, I don't know what to do. Damn it, you know what to do. Just do it. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of people saying, well, you don't know my situation. Well, I know one thing, you talked about the situation, right? And number two, there's always a way out of the situation. You just have to execute it. Execute the situation. Some people could tell you their situations and their problems, and they still won't do nothing about it. So for me, if you're not going to do nothing about your situation, then tell the truth about yourself because you're the problem if you can't handle your situations. If you can't handle your complications, you're the problem. You're the problem. And that's what I mean by telling the truth about yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? Do I want to get out of a situation? I've been in many situations and complications I didn't want to be in, but I made sure I got out of it one way or the other. I made sure I got out of the situation. That's for sure. So y'all can do the same thing. People always come with an excuse of why they in something and why they can't get out of it. I'm not trying to hear that, America. There's always a will, there's always a way. Excuse me. You have to want to get out of it. You have to want to will your way out of situations. If not, you're going to still be in the same situation, the same complication. You have to want to will your way out. That's all I have to say. If you don't will your way out, then you're going to still be in the same situation that you was from start to finish. That's all I have to say. The word I can't is not in my vocabulary. When somebody tell me I can't, then guess what? That gives me more motivation that I'm going to do it. So for the youngins, old heads, old heads, yo, I don't want to hear your situation and you ain't doing nothing about it. Do something about your situation. Because the more and more you talk about it and don't do nothing about it, I'm going to start looking at you and be like, you're your own worst problem. You're your own worst enemy. And that's what I mean by telling the truth about yourself. Put your damn pride aside and tell the truth about you and handle your own business, your own complications, and everything that comes with it. And you'll be all right. With that being said, this is Lou Icewater, aka Duquan Hicks. And this is another episode of Connect the Dots, because this is what we do. Shout out to Reef Hustle. Shout out to Mills Faison. Shout out to Bro C, Brother Conscious. Shout out to MTG Crew. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brothers, all of y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. Shakim, Juice, Jason. Shout out to family. Shout out to friends. Y'all know what it is. One life, one love, one Lou. Peace.